Good morning, folks. I don't have a Sunday morning song for you this morning. I've got several other songs that I've had wrote down in the back of one of my Bibles for years and years and years, and some of them I can't remember all the words to. And as those come back to me, I'll share with you. Sometimes I'll be doing something and the words to one of the songs will come back from memory, and I'll be sure and get it out to you when that comes about. But I've got most all the songs that I can remember all the words to out, and I've got a playlist on all those that you can go check out if you want to go back and look at some of the first ones I did several Sundays ago. You can on this playlist, or just look back on my channel, either one. This video today is about sorghum making again. Now, the last video that I put out about sorghum making, that was the first run that me and Virginia made. And this next video is more of the traditional way of folks helping and being part of that process. And I wanted to share that with you. And it's also got some better details about the different stages of that cooking. And it shows you in better detail how it changes over the course of a cook. The reason we couldn't do that last time is because there was a minimal amount of juice in the pan, and you can't really cook it hard when you got a minimum amount of juice, because you can scorch it and ruin it. Now, thank goodness we've never had a run scorched, and I don't want to have one scorched. So this video, we had a full pan of juice starting out, and the important thing is we got to share this with friends. We had Chris and Miles in Georgia come up from Sunny Truth Farm. They're our neighbors down the road here. And also we had Billy and Michelle come up from Permapastures Farm, our friends and neighbors. And we had a great time doing this. This was back in November, I think the 5th day of November. I can stop shaking the camera here. The 5th day of November is when we made this sorghum. Now, this second run was a little darker than the first run was. And some people say they like the flavor of the second run better than the first. The second run was a little bit stronger tasting than the first run. And I'll show you what it looks like here. It's a little bit darker also. How good you can see that. But it does have a brown tint, but it's a little bit darker. And usually darker means stronger. That's been my experience. But like I say, some folks said that batch was their favorite. Some people like a stronger taste, and some people like a more mellow taste. And I like the first run better. It was kind of smooth and mellow taste, and that's how I like it. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. Cooking another run of sorghum with us. We had a great time. A lot of fun. Also, John and Danielle, our good friends and neighbors from up the road, come down and stayed late and helped us cook this batch off. And we had a big time, and I'm glad we can share it with you.
Look at that juice flow, yeah.
Folks, we're up here grinding cane today. It's just starting to rain on us, but we got the tent up and got everything covered. I got my buddy Billy up here feeding the cane mill. He's coming to get this experience, learning about sorghum, and I can't tell you how happy I am he's here. It's always good to share things you love with people you love.
Man, this is about as cool as it gets, brother.
All right, buddy. What do you think about this cane milling business?
Man, this is, you can smell. I'll tell you, one of the most evocative things in the world that takes you back is that sense of smell. And the cool thing about this is I'm developing a whole new pleasant memory I mean, I'm just watching this juice come out of there, and you can smell it already. When I was over here the last time you were cooking, you could smell it then, and it's just a, I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful experience.
Oh yeah.
I just can't get over how much juice is flowing out of this thing.
All them things ain't nothing like it, are they?
No, man, I thank you for sharing it with me, man. This is just,
absolutely, bro.
it's kind of cool how we teach each other some stuff. Like I show you maybe you teach me a new way of butchering chickens, or at least going after the crop that I didn't see. And you know how many birds I put in the freezer? I have never once seen that. And then here I am getting a whole new experience. Man, I tell you what, it's just, the weather might seem a little gloomy, but man, this is a happy day to me.
Yeah, it is, brother. It's always a lot of fun, especially when you get to do something you love with your good friends. You just can't beat it. Just can't beat it.
Man, this is fantastic. So how much you figure this will make in one?
Well, I don't know, because I've let this cane lay a while, and when it lays, the water evaporates out. So you got less water in it, so you got more concentrated sugar juice than you do water. So you can get more concentrated juice in the pan, you get more yield out of it. It's usually 10-to-1, but last time it was way better than that. So this is the first year I've ever done it that way. I'm looking forward to finding out exactly what we do get. Rain started, folks. We had to put up our little beach umbrella here to keep our juice clean, but that'll protect it. Hey Char, what are we doing here, girl, with all this stuff?
We're grinding sorghum cane.
Yeah, grinding sorghum cane. That's what we're doing now. Real thick cheesecloth builder right here gets all the particles out that come through with the cane mill when it's crushed. Charlotte likes to feed the cane mill. I put her up a guardrail over there. She can't get to those gears, so I know it maybe looks a little closer than it really is, but don't nobody panic, because there ain't no need in it. She loves to feed the cane mill and see that cane get squished. Don't you, Char? You love that, don't you, girl? Them big ones are sometimes hard to get started, ain't they? Here, let's push a little pressure on it. There we go, now it's going. Got the Sunny Truth Farm kids here feeding the cane mill today. I think they're gonna put me out of a job. Putting it out. Yeah, they'll find the fun if there's any to find, won't they? And if they ain't got nothing to find, they'll make their own. Chris, you got a word for my subscribers? This is our buddy and neighbor Chris down at Sunny Truth Farm. He brought Miles and Georgia up to grind some cane and play on some cane. Have fun when you're working. That's the best thing I've heard today. The last of it. Not the last, but the last of this batch. There it is. That's ALL.
Over here pulling around, get this thing caught up.
Right here is the little filter that I slip up on the end of the pipe. And I wanted to show, this is where it goes into settling barrel. After it comes down from the barrel at the cane mill, this is where it comes down into the settling barrel. I wanted to show you here what all that catches. Look at this. So all that mess does not go into the sorghum or the settling barrel. I mean, there's a wad of it in there. See that? Look at that. Look at that. A wad of it. So that's a little fine stuff that got by the cheesecloth up here. Went around the edge of it or over top of it or something. But I just wanted to show you that. It's not in the sorghum, it's in the strainer. Right here's the barrel at the mill, where it comes right out of the cane mill here. You can see there's some junk in the bottom of that got settled out before it went down. I barely tilt this up and just to get what juice I can out. I don't tilt it up enough to start getting that garbage in the bottom out. Now I'll get it up out of here and wash it out real good. All right, that's 50 gallon in that barrel. And it looks like about 45 in this one. Yeah. So that is 95 gallons of juice we got right here, and it's been settling for over an hour. And we're gonna run it out in the pan and see what it cooks down to. What I'm gonna do here is filter another step of filtering when it comes out of the barrel here into the pan. There we go. We're ready. Now we're gonna run this juice into the pan and filter it again.
Trying to tell me and I wouldn't listen. Been telling me for years and I wouldn't listen.
I hear you, brother. Well, it's drained down. We're getting close to the bottom of the barrel now. We're going to switch over here to this next barrel. And we've got about a half a pan full down here. And these valves are up off the bottom of the barrel a little bit to keep all that sediment in the barrel and not where it don't go into the pan. Right here we got a full pan of juice. I mean, it's right up to almost to the top. And in this barrel right here, I wanted to show you some of the settlings. When you let it settle out like that in a barrel, tilt it up real easy here. See that settlings in the bottom right there coming out? See that? All that crap settled in the bottom, and now it's not in our pan to cook. So that's why we settle it. On my smokestack. Starting to steam a little bit. You can see this. I can get you out of the glare. See this white? That is the skimmings starting to come up right now. We're going to start skimming this right now. See all that white? The way this works, back here where the firebox is, it starts cooking right here first, and it pushes the skimmings back to this end. So you can see them skimmings are starting to turn green on top of the water there, on top of the juice. They stick right to these paddles. And it's just like a magnet. Pick it right up. Just like a magnet. And they'll come up and they'll be green, and they start out white and they'll turn green. The skimmings have settled down a little bit. Me and Billy's got a bunch of them off, and the way it does, as I was saying, the heat down here on this end, it's about to start boiling, but the skimmings will work their way up here, and you work right here with the paddles, skimming them off. You know Billy over there, don't you? If you don't, you need to. Permapastures Farm. What do you got to say for him, Billy?
Well, this is another little feather in the cap, and it's a real joy to be able to work here and do this and learn it.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have you, brother.
It's a pleasure to be here, to be invited.
A pleasure. You can see I hear it now. It's about to start boiling just any minute now.
Yeah.
Did you look on there, Billy?
Well, I didn't. Not when I got them.
You can see now these skimmings are turning green. So when you get them off of there on the paddle, see how green that is? That's what we don't want in here. You can see right here we got this thing rolling now. We've got a lot of skimmings off so far. You can see down here in the bucket. You can see them collecting. When it's boiling hard up here on this end, it pushes the skimmings down to this end. You can take them off down here. Got Miles and Chris up here with this cooking operation this evening, telling us about tapping maple trees and cooking maple syrup.
I'm going.
Guaranteed me help if I go with
I said,
him.
clock me out. I said, I'm going. He said, well, I'll take you. I said, I ain't waiting. I'm going now.
It's my favorite wild
So I
game.
went.
I haven't had.
Oh, that was just a joke. The hospitals are a joke now.
I had a gun, man.
Whenever I went in, I told them what was going on. I had to sit in a seat for like.
Shoulder holster thing, that hurts my back.
Yeah, it probably does.
I saw somebody with a chest one on. I kind of.
I'll charge him pretty much whatever he wants. I sure hate to have him a job.
Up here, we try and get. She reached him a box of baby cakes. He fell back in the car, said, I don't want to do things.
Oh,
I don't mind the car.
Now, this right here is what they call tater healing. It's what the old timers called it. It's kind of the first process of the thickening when it's getting close to being done. They're getting real close at this point. And boy, they are a pretty color. Make some little indentions like that where it's going down, call them mud pots. Folks, with the help of my brother Billy from Permapastures Farm, we got this monster pot of sorghum brought up to the house, as well as the rest of the batch, which wouldn't all fit in the big pot. And this stuff is beautiful. It looks like gold. I think it may be prettier than the last batch we made. Of course, this is the foam on top right here. It's got a layer of foam on there, which will deflate over time. But I'm really excited about this batch. It looks good, it tastes good. I think it's gonna be wonderful. So there it is.